Hey girls. Okay, so I want to talk to you today about samples and parties. How I am typically doing those, and I brought out a sample pack that I was about to send one of my hostesses, and so I want to kind of talk about how I set that up. So a big part of my business is parties, and when I'm having a party, quantity and quality are both things I think about. So yes, I want to have lots of parties in with no sales. But the biggest thing we want to take away from a party is a relationship with a hostess and relationships with her friends, right? So they can then become my friends on Facebook, get in my beauty blog or VIP group, whatever you call it. So relationships is the number one takeaway. The secondary is the sale, okay? So for me, when I'm setting up my hostesses for the following month, I like to send them samples. So what I do is I get a package similar to this. It's rather small. It's actually too small for a catalog. So if I'm sending a catalog, then I go up to I think it's 8x10 or 8x11 mailers like this that I get on Amazon. I love the purple, I think it's fun. I put my label on here that just has my return address, and I can write on here with Sharpie. I like to include a note to the hostess, so I just use like this little, like these postcards I like to send to my customers, but I just include like a quick note on there and use their name, and I like to personalize it and just say, you know, hey Becky, I'm so excited, I hope you love these products. And if she's tried something in the past, then I say, you know, I know you love X, Y, and Z, I think you're gonna love these products. So when I'm including samples to someone, typically it's 5 to 7 samples of something. I use 2 different types of containers. I use the 3-gram clear containers off of Amazon, they're awesome, or the 1/20th clear Laycons from Family Laycons on Facebook. There's a group, they have a website. So anyway, any type of sample size is fine. And I label them with Sharpie, and I don't know if you can see that, but just label it. Product amount, when I'm doing it, it's typically, like the BB cream is for one time. So what I like to include would be face primer, honey BB cream and bisque BB cream, moisturizer with SPF, depending on their skin type, 1 cream shadow, concealer in their skin tone, and for under eyes to brighten. Typically, that's what I like to send. Sometimes I'll include a detox mask, sometimes I will include a pigment. It kind of depends on the person, especially if this is a follow-up sale, so I'm trying to get them into other products because they already love BB cream, then I'm sending something a little bit different. But that's typically my sample pack for hostesses, and then I color match them virtually for foundation. And I really like for them to try the foundation before they host, but if they can't, it's no big deal. But at least they can have some products to even take a picture of these products and showcase them in the party and say, girls, I tried these, I love them, so that they're sharing experience with their actual customers. So for me, I would put these down in here. I have these little bags, so if someone's local, I can just slip little samples in the bags and maybe give them a catalog with that. So I would just slip them in here. I'd slip my business card in there, a note, personalized note, very important, and then give them the catalog. The next thing I like to do when I'm mailing catalogs, so for anytime there's a product launch and we have new catalogs, this is a great thing to do, especially with VIP customers, is, for example, if I'm gonna talk to one of my VIPs that loves the foundation, maybe I want to hand deliver this catalog to her or mail it, and inside I can take my Sharpie and I could go through and I could circle and I could say, hey Sally, you would really love this moisturizer with SPF, or this cleanser here, or maybe you would love this detox mask, and I'm including a sample. So I actually write on the inside with a Sharpie and really personalize it. It takes, I don't know, 30 seconds to do this. A lot of times I like to go through and circle their color and say, this is your honey BB cream, and here is the, you know, the foundation and the concealer color that I recommend for you, and I'll just put a little arrow to it. Maybe include a sample. I really like to do this for hostesses as well as my good customers. Also, when I get to something like the cream shadows, if I'm including Victorious, I go circle that one so she knows which product she's getting, and then I'll say something like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited for Proud to come out in January, or something like that. So I can kind of create a little bit of dialogue with her if I'm wanting her to branch out and try new products. So for example, maybe she's never bought a palette from me. I could go to the palettes and I could circle one and I could say, hey Sally, this color would look great on you. This is a color I really recommend for your skin tone or the types of colors I see you wear a lot. Also, brows. Brows are a big thing. People never know anything about their brows. They don't know what color they would be. So I could even say, hey, I wear light, but I think you would be medium, just in case you're ever watching my beauty blog and wondering what color you would like to have. Then maybe I get to the bonbons. This is something you could do. So maybe I get to the bonbons and I say my favorite color is the raspberry cheesecake, or my favorite color is whatever. And this month only, anyone that purchases over $150 gets one free from me. So you could even include a little VIP special in there. You could include, if it's for a hostess, you could say if your party gets to 500, you could get to the back and say if your party gets to 500, I'm also going to send you a free liner or anything like that. Anytime I have a party, my goal is to build a relationship with that hostess, hopefully make some sales, get her in my beauty blog, ask her to add her closest friends to my beauty blog so that there's that third party recommendation, so that then I can message all the girls she adds and I can say, hey Sally, you know, so-and-so added you to my beauty blog. I'm so excited to have you here. Would you like to try a sample of the BB cream that she loves so much during that party? Or if you can send samples, or would you like me to virtually color match you and you could find your new favorite products? So building that relationship by private message is so key to having these parties. And if you can't do samples, just offer the virtual color match. Most people would love that. Also, I like to go live and have the hostess actually attend the live during that 10-day party and say she can invite multiple friends and say, hey, go watch Jordan's live, and she just shared about the new matte liquid lipstick that I think you would love, or whatever it might be. So samples, catalogs with personalization, private notes to that person that speaks specifically to that person, very important. When you are making these samples, so I like to make a lot on a Sunday, mail them all out on a Monday, or deliver them on a Monday, Tuesday. So when you make them, try to get them mailed out quickly and then strategically follow up. So if you're gonna I mailed to 10 people today. So I need to follow up in about 6 days. It gives them time to get the product. And when I mail the samples to anyone or drop them in their mailbox, I voice them and I say, hey, I'm so excited I dropped the samples in your mailbox. Here's what I included and here's how I like to apply them. Let me know if you have any questions. Tell them how to use the product that you send them. If it's face primer, if you put enough in the container for 2 or 3 times, tell them that, because otherwise they're gonna put it all over their face and it's not gonna give them the results that they want. If I include a foundation, I always tell them this is just for a spot check color match. It is not going to cover your whole face, and unless you have the liquid foundation brush, you're not going to get the coverage that you want. That type of thing. In my beauty blog, I like to also tag them in videos that might be helpful for them applying products. Let's think, what else? When I'm having parties, I like to ask the hostess, hey, tell me what your wish list is. And I always know what products she's already tried. But if I can focus on what she loves, she's gonna also share that with her friends. She's gonna be more likely to be involved because she's tried it. So get her to go live, get her to make a video, get her to make a post. And again, I know so many parties have hostesses that will do nothing, but just always remind them, the more involved they are, the better the result, that you wanna earn them those wish list items. You can also incentivize them. Say, hey, if you can get 3 people to buy and we get you qualified, I'm going to send you a little treat in the mail. Maybe it's the liner that she wanted, one of the colors. Be smart, because those people can grow into really great customers and future hostesses for you. Let's see. I start every party with a welcome video. I end every party with a video that's saying, hey, thank you for having fun with me. I end every video and I let them know that they can also host a party with me as well. I call them beauty bashes or makeup 101 classes. Kind of depends on what you're geared towards. Samples are important, guys, very important. You can build so much business with it. Just take your own BB cream that you have. If you can't afford right now to make a bunch of samples, make it a goal to just have people come over and color match. Have in-home events where you invite 3 or 4 friends to use your products. Have a play date and have somebody come over and just color match a tiny spot using your makeup. And that way you can then take the inside of this and the chart that we have inside here, and you'll be able to say, okay, most people are taffeta, but that was a little bit dark for you and you have yellow undertones, so let's move down to velour. We have a 14-day love it guarantee, so there's no risk. So be smart, be strategic, and if you can't afford to get all the products, slowly add to your collection every month. And that's another reason to have as many parties as you can, so you can build Y-Cash for people that are purchasing from you, so they'll come back next month, as well as selling in your own party, meaning cash and carry. have in-home events at your home. Even with the starter kit, you can do it. My first few events, I literally had the starter kit. And when I started, it was mainly those little pigments. And then I had a BB cream, a mascara, maybe a couple of lip glosses. It was very basic, but I had a catalog and I had the relationship and the friendship, and that's where it starts, okay? So samples are key. Engagement with your hostesses. Hostess coach like crazy. I have a video on hostess coaching specifically, but remember, you want to communicate with that hostess every day. You want to ask her to post. You want to ask her to tag people, to like things, to comment. Send her information to post if she doesn't know what to post. Try to get her samples in hand prior, or a catalog. Have her come over prior to the party and take a picture. Anything to get her more used to the products. Okay, I hope you girls have a great day, and there's a start with samples, catalogs, and parties. Talk to you later.